Did you know that the maps of Africa you see in textbooks often erase entire empires? For centuries, Africa wasn't just a landmass, it was a vibrant tapestry of powerful kingdoms, sultanates, and city-states, each with its own unique story. Today, we're diving into the real African empire map, revealing the sophisticated civilizations that shaped the continent long before colonialism. Forget the single, homogeneous Africa you might imagine. This is a story of diverse cultures, complex trade networks, and remarkable rulers. We will explore ancient kingdoms and their lasting legacies. Let's start our journey in the land of Nubia, present-day Sudan, with the Kingdom of Kush. Imagine around 1070 BC, Kush was a force to be reckoned with. They weren't just contemporaries of the Egyptians, they were rulers of Egypt. During the 25th dynasty, from about 744 to 656 BC, Kushite kings like Pi and Tahaka controlled both Egypt and Kush, leaving behind royal pyramids at Nuri, El Kuru, and Meroe. Imagine the power it took to command the Nile Valley. But Kush was far from the only player. Fast forward to West Africa, where the Ghana Empire flourished. From roughly 300 to 1200 CE, this empire, located in parts of modern-day Mauritania and Mali, controlled the lucrative trans-Saharan trade. Their capital, Kumbisola, was a bustling hub where gold and salt flowed, bringing wealth and influence to the empire. The Ghana Empire skillfully taxed this trade, amassing significant power. However, pressure from Almoravid expansion and shifting trade routes eventually led to its decline. Emerging from the shadows of Ghana, the Mali Empire rose to even greater heights. Founded by Sundiata Keita after his victory at Kerina around 1235 CE, Mali became one of the wealthiest and most influential empires in West Africa. Its most famous ruler, Mansour Musa, reigned from about 1312 to 1337 CE. His legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 to 1325, with its extravagant display of gold, put Mali on the map, literally. Mansour Musa's wealth wasn't just about gold, it was about controlling the gold-producing regions, taxing trade, and wielding political power through Islamic legitimacy. Cities like Timbuktu and Gar thrived as centers of learning and commerce, linking the Niger River basin to vast Saharan trade networks. Following Mali's decline, the Songhai Empire emerged as the dominant force in West Africa. Under Sunni Ali, who reigned from 1464 to 1492, and Askia Muhammad I, who expanded the empire from 1493 to 1528, Songhai grew to become one of the largest states in African history. Their capital, Gao, was a major urban center. The Songhai Empire stretched across a vast territory. Its end came in 1591 at the Battle of Tondebai, defeated by Moroccan forces armed with firearms. Now, let's travel south to explore a civilization that left behind a legacy of impressive stone structures, Great Zimbabwe. Flourishing from the 11th to the 15th centuries, Great Zimbabwe was the center of the Gokomia culture. Its massive dry stone architecture, including the iconic Great Enclosure, stands as a testament to the skill and ingenuity of its builders. Great Zimbabwe was at the heart of a network trading gold, ivory, and cattle with the Swahili coast, connecting it to the wider Indian Ocean trade. The site was deeply connected to regional African state formation and long-distance commerce. Moving westward, we encounter the Benin Kingdom, a powerful state in present-day Nigeria. From roughly the 13th century to 1897, Benin flourished, renowned for its sophisticated bronze and brass plaques, intricate cut art, and well-planned urban centers. Benin City, its capital, was a marvel of urban planning. The Benin bronze plaques are historical records, detailing kingship, ritual, diplomacy, and military power. The kingdom's prosperity came to an end in 1897 when it was sacked by the British during the Benin expedition. Let's not forget the Kingdom of Aksum, a major power in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. Aksum stands out for its early adoption of Christianity under King Ezana. In the 4th century CE, they controlled vital Red Sea trade routes, linking Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. Aksum's strategic location and advanced culture made it a key player in the ancient world. On the East African coast, a string of Swahili city-states thrived, including Kilwa, Mombasa, Malindi, and Zanzibar. From roughly the 10th to the 16th centuries, these cities engaged in extensive trade with Arabia, Persia, India, and later, China. Kilwa Kisiwani was especially powerful from the 13th to 15th centuries. The Swahili language and Islamic culture blended with African traditions, creating a unique coastal civilization. Now, let's address a common misconception, that Africa was mapped and understood only by outsiders. African peoples possess their own geographical knowledge systems. In many early European maps, Africa appears distorted because European mapmakers relied on partial reports, trade accounts, and political assumptions. Indigenous African navigators, traders, and diplomats supplied much of the geographic information later used by Europeans. It's crucial to understand that many African empires are best understood as zones of tribute, trade, and influence, rather than fixed borders. For states like Mali and Songhai, control of salt mines, gold fields, river ports, and caravan routes mattered more than rigid territorial borders. The legacy of these empires continues to resonate in modern Africa. Modern African governments often invoke precolonial empires to build national pride and continuity. Mali celebrates the memory of Mansour Musa and Timbuktu. Nigeria emphasizes Benin and Ife heritage. Ethiopia draws on Aksumite history as a symbol of sovereignty. Sites like Great Zimbabwe, Timbuktu, Aksum, and Benin City attract historical interest and tourism. Heritage is also used in international cultural diplomacy and museum repatriation campaigns. Colonial borders often split older historical regions, and the Sahelian empires cut across modern countries. So, the next time you see a map of Africa, remember that it's not just a collection of countries, it's a mosaic of ancient empires, kingdoms, and cultures that have shaped the continent for centuries. These empires proved that pre-colonial Africa had centralized states, professional armies, taxation systems, diplomatic relations, legal traditions, long-distance trade, and monumental architecture. African states were deeply integrated into the Mediterranean world, the Islamic world, the Indian Ocean trade network, and later, the Atlantic world. This means African history is world history, not a separate or isolated story. These empires shaped later national borders and identities. Modern states such as Mali, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Sudan, Senegal, and Zimbabwe contain historical memory tied to earlier kingdoms and empires. Many contemporary ethnic and political identities were shaped by pre-colonial state structures, colonial boundary making, and post-colonial nationalism. The story of Africa is far richer and more complex than most maps would have you believe. It's a story of innovation, resilience, and cultural exchange that continues to shape the world today.